In this module, I'm going to show you how to update the firmware of the Typhon, how to back up the Typhon, restore the Typhon, and also manage presets. So let's first update the firmware and then we can take a look at the preset manager. So what you want to do first is go to an internet browser and go to dreadbox-effects.com and click on the support tab. So the first section you come to is manuals. You can get the Typhon manuals for both the Typhon and the preset manager, and there's some video tutorials there on how to update, but you don't need them because you've got me right now. So if we scroll down, keep going down, this was a little bit confusing for myself and a few others because I went straight to Typhon and expected to find the downloads in the PDFs. You have to scroll further down until you get to firmware updates. So once on the Typhon section, you can go ahead and download the update. So the latest one is version 4.1, and I'm going to download it for Mac OS, but you can get the Windows version as well. Apologies, I haven't got a Windows system. You're going to have to go in to the installation instructions, which will be very similar. So you could maybe follow along and then do it on Windows as well. Be slightly different. So I'm going to do it first is just click on the updater and I'm going to click download. So I'm going to stick that in my downloads folder. And then while we're on this screen as well, I might as well just quickly download the preset manager. So let's click preset manager and download that as well. So stick that in the downloads folder. Let's get rid of the browser now. There's a preset manager that we're going to open up later. I've already got that installed, but I'm going to go through it again just to show you. So yeah, we've got these two zipped folders now. Might as well unzip both of them. So if you haven't got an unzipper on your computer, you can download something like Archive Utility or the Unarchiver. They're the ones that I use for Mac. So I'm going to click on Typhon Update first. And we might as well give that a click as well. Double click that and unzip them. If you want, you can delete the zipped folders. We don't need them anymore. So let's go to Typhon Preset Manager first and open up the DMG. So you can see it's opened up the DMG on the locations there, and you're presented with this screen on a Mac. So all you need to do is just drag that over into applications. I've already done it, so I'm not going to do it again. But if we just double click applications and put these in order of name, we're looking for Typhon. So we can see there we have the updater and the preset manager. If we go back to the preset manager, it's the same deal. Open up the DMG on the Mac, drag that into the applications folder. So we can now go ahead and open up the updater first. So it's worth noting as well, there is some instructions within that folder that we downloaded earlier if you want to look at that as well. But I'll take you through it on the video. So the first thing you want to do is the backup. So you can do these in order, and they've put a little user guide there as well. So you don't really technically need me, to be honest. It's fairly straightforward. So the backup, this will store Typhon's current presets on your system. So we just follow it in order. So connect to Typhon, which I've already done. You need to connect that to a PC or a Mac in this case. So I've got the USB trailing down here, which is going into my Cal Digital USB hub, or you can plug it straight into, say, a Mac Mini or a Mac. And then what you want to do next is skip both boot screens, which I've already done because it's already on, and then click backup. Let's just go through it actually. Let's give it a go. So you can see there, it's backing up the presets, all 256 presets. So I'll probably speed up this video now to make this go faster. Are you enjoying this Dreadbox Typhon tutorial? Well, if so, you can update your skills even further by joining the Dreadbox Typhon Mastery Course. The link is in the video description below, and once you join that, you'll get access to all of the modules. We'll be going through all of the parameters on the Typhon, all of the under-hood tricks and tips, how to connect the Typhon up with external devices and DAWs, and I'll also go through some preset builds from the ground up as well. Also, there is a Discord community, and once you join that, you can share your work on there, and we'll all be on there giving each other feedback and helping each other out. So hopefully I'll see you on the course, and I hope to see you in that Discord community as well. So that was a painfully long process. It takes quite a while actually to back it up. So we've backed it up, and then the next thing that I want to do is we need to update the Typhon. I've already updated it, and I'm a bit worried that if I do it again, it might cause some conflicts, which I'm sure it won't, but I'm just going to skip this for now, but I'll talk you through it. So this will update the Typhon, connect to the Typhon, which we've already done. Press the sequencer button while booting up. So what I can do is show you that bit. Let's go and turn off the Typhon. Hold the sequencer button. Plug in the Typhon. And you can see actually it says waiting to connect. So now it's waiting to connect. What I can do is go ahead and press the update button. And then it says inspect the Typhon screen because this will change. So let's just check that out. And by the way, it's worth stating now that you should always back up before you do this because it's going to wipe off your presets. I think it does anyway. I'm guessing it does. Or maybe it's just a failsafe in case there's a conflict. But yeah, always back up before you update any instrument or piece of hardware. And then after that, we need to restore the presets. This is the bit that makes me think that it actually gets rid of the presets. So after a successful backup, restore the presets, connect the Typhon, skip both boot screens, just so you get to this page, and then press restore, and it will go through a long process again of restoring the presets. So that's pretty much it for the updater. That may change as the updaters, the firmware changes. Maybe the process will be a little bit different, but I think that should remain the same. If it changes, I will update this course. So the next one we're going to look at is the preset manager. So I've already installed this and I've got it just here for easy access. And you can see I've already started populating some bits in here. So the way this works is this middle section is a working directory. So whatever you put in this working directory, because it says temporary and then we've got the 4 banks. These are empty at the moment. What I can do is I can populate this with either full banks of presets or even individual presets. I could go into, say, this one and drop that into one of the banks on any of these slots that I want. So just as an example, I could put that there if I want. So it's a working directory. You build in a directory which you can then load up onto the Typhon. As you might have guessed from me going to the right there, the Typhon is on the right here, and you can back up the Typhon from this button here. You can back it straight up from there and save it onto your computer. And then if you do it this way, actually, it'll ask you to save it in a place on your hard drive. Before, it just kind of does it automatically, but when you press this one, it'll ask you where you want to save it. And then we can also hit send. If I send that now, it will send it to the Typhon, which I don't want to do because this isn't ready yet. And then I can also save this working directory as well, so I can hit save and save that as a folder. So if I just put test on this now, let's put test 1 and then hit save, and then let me just hit save again. You can see it's populated there, and then on the left hand side, this is where all of your packs, if you want to call them packs, are populated. You can see test 1 has already come up there, and it's identical to this working directory on the middle section. So let's have a look at how to get presets onto the Typhon. So the way that I would do it is I would always back up first. So I'm probably going to have to hit this again and do it all again. I'm going to hit back up and I am going to put Typhon backup. What are we in? We're still in September, but I'm going to put September the 15th. So let me just type Typhon backup September the 15th, 2023. Hit save. And hit save again. And you can see we're going to back up the presets again. So I've got to sit here and wait for this to go through again. I'll speed up the video. But this is crucial because I can't remember what I've actually done since I last backed up. Because I have been building the preset pack and I've been making tracks. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your backups up to date before you drop them into the working directory and then you add presets into the middle section. That's the idea. That's how it works. You back up your Typhon. You open up these banks. You can delete stuff if you don't wish to have it on the Typhon anymore. You can add new stuff. You can add a whole new bank. Maybe you want to restore one of the factory version 1 or version 3 factory banks. Maybe you want to put them on there. Or maybe you just want to take individual presets that somebody's given you and drop them in there. So we'll do that in a second. So the backup's now finished. Let's just hit OK. And I'm going to hit refresh. And refresh it should show the backup down here. Oh, my bad. So I put the September the 15th, 2023 backup in the wrong folder. So now we're in the Typhon preset manager folder, which is in my documents. What I'm going to do is just go into that one there and come back out actually and just put this in list or columns. Let's go to columns. And I just want to bring that out to this section here. So now that's in the main section. Let's hit cancel and hit refresh again. And it should populate here. So we've got it there. Typhon backup September 15th. Right, so what I want to do now is I want to drop that onto the temporary folder. And you can see bank A, we've got the factory. You can also see it there as well. So we can make sure this matches up. Bank B, yeah, you've got factory again. Bank C is some ones that I was messing around with for a live set, I think. Oh no, they're actually factory banks as well. And then we've got Bank D, which has got my preset pack working presets. And then if we go down, you can see we've got the final preset pack there. So what I might do for this as a demonstration is, because I don't really use the factory presets, I always prefer to make my own. So what we could do is we could go to the initial folder and we can drop bank A onto bank A to initialize that full bank. So these ones will still remain intact. Bank A is now initialized. So what I'm going to do now is go to the electro sequences and I have put them on bank A. So just to show you, we can drop individual ones on. I could maybe put like 3 there instead. Maybe I could pick my favorite ones and put them in. Sorry, one sec. But what I'm going to do is actually get the whole bank and drop that on like so. And then what I'm going to do, so I'm happy with that now. I put my 16 presets on bank A. Bank B's got a few factory presets on. Bank C's like a live set mess around folder. Bank D is a working folder for presets. So maybe I could delete them in the future. Bank A is going to have my finished presets as they populate. So let's hit send now. I'm going to send that to the Typhon. And again, I'm going to speed this video up because it's going to take a while for it to move over. Before I do that though, it's worth also noting that we can also hit save. Once we've made that working directory, we can save that as a new directory and it'll populate on the left hand side. So you can have different directories that you build up. Maybe you've got like a live set directory, maybe you've got like a factory preset directory and you can swap them in and out. And also the import button, I didn't go over that earlier, but that's in case you want to import a directory from somewhere else on your hard drive. Maybe you've just downloaded one from a preset pack or you've downloaded one from a friend and it's in your downloads folder, you put it on your desktop, you can then go and search for it using the import button. So all presets have now been sent to the Typhon. So yeah, you can see there bank A's got those 16 presets. And let's just check these have remained intact. So bank B, yep, factory presets. Bank C, random kind of like live presets. And then bank D is that working folder. So that's it. We've pretty much covered everything that there is to cover now. So we've updated the firmware and we've organized the presets for the Typhon.